Okay, so the CRV leak, the interior water leak. And I've just noticed that I'm seeping a bit out of the rocker cover. Anyway, okay, so this morning I took a video about the leak on the driver's floor mostly, and then I was just going to leave it like that until I got some answers from YouTube, because it's pretty common. Anyway, I decided, bugger it, I've got some time. I'm going to rip the shit out of it again and try and just sort it, because I know I can sort of pinpoint the area it comes from. It's just really hard to find the exact spot. So last time, like I said in the part 1 video, I guess, I sealed right along that cowl there against the windscreen. You can still see a bit of the sealant, maybe. You don't know, there. Right, so I pulled it off, and I took, this guard's only still temporarily on until I fix this leak, which is pretty easy to take off. And so you can see, right, some of the sealant was already here from last time. I don't care what it looks like as long as the water stops. You can see there's some minor cracks and stuff under the hinges, and you know, like up the back corner there was a piece. Well, I've covered them now, but there was some there. I'm just trying to eliminate everything that I can. I sealed a piece at the top of the window just before, and also, I did this as well. I took this piece off here, which is under the steering wheel. It's really, it's really easy to take off. There's only 2 screws, and you just rip it out. I don't really care about it. Right, so in the first video I was saying some of the water, some of it anyway, at least, was dripping somewhere just up under there, around that area there. And you can tell it's all rusty as hell, so it's maybe got a bit of moisture for a while. But, and it dripped just off there, and dripped down onto this, and then onto the floor, and then ran along the floor. And it was also, oh, that light's way better now. I took the cover off the camera as well. That little lens cap that goes on the other side of the camera, I took it off because it had dust on the inside. It doesn't take long to build up. So way up the back there, I don't even know where I'm pointing, but up on the way up the back there was a leak coming through, I said in the other video, and I covered it, but now I want to stop it even getting to that point by sealing up the top. So yeah, I've left this off, the cover, so until I completely fix this, I want to be able to spot where the water exactly runs down. And I don't even know if you can see the water marks that it's been making. It's just not much. You can't see it. So yeah, I left that off. I'm going to leave all of it off. And then, so my next plan right now is I'll pause this video and then get back to it. Right, so I've pulled the cowling off, and down in there's plenty of old sealant. It's gone really hard. I don't know, guess it's like that from factory. But there's plenty of joins and stuff. Nothing real obvious that it would leak from. You know, I mean, there's a tiny bit of rust and some, whatever that stuff back there is. But there's some joins, and for people that don't know, and I'm going to clean this in a second, the water comes off the windscreen, runs onto that plastic cowling, and then runs off the cowling, which it runs in between. The water soaks down in here, on the top side, obviously, and runs down into the holes there, and on the other side, into here. It runs through where the windshield wipers are. And then runs along, although it looks like there's never been bugger all water in there, it runs along here, and then just there, please tell me that you're going to be able to see that. It runs, oh shit, a brick. Sorry, that's really hard for you to see. I don't even know if you'll be able to. But it runs down where my hand is now, and out the other side. Both sides are exactly the same, and it runs out down there somewhere. And I cut that. Actually, you might be able to see now. I can't quite tell, but it runs out right there. Oh yeah, I can see it. And then it drips down pretty much in the guards. But since I know mine's leaking from higher, I don't want to muck around in there. I already put a little silicone line in there. And it doesn't seem to be running back onto that drain. Oh, there's dust, there's shit hanging everywhere, spider webs. So, a scratch here and a scratch there. Anyway, I'm going to pause this and clean all that shit up, and then try and lay some more silicone down just wherever I can, wherever I think it might be leaking from. It's really easy to do all this. If you haven't done it before, the first time I pulled this cowl off, I pulled all the clips off with a screwdriver and they broke anyway. But this time I just ripped it off. I just pulled it right off and didn't care. I was over it. You know, it'll go back together and you won't even notice. And then I'll seal it up against the windscreen again. Okay, so I'm going to go clean this up with a vacuum and then see if I can find any more obvious spots to where it's leaking. And, oh, by the way, just one more thing before I pause it. Most people have this fix about bending the heater thing where it sucks in the air. That's it there. I done it on my ages ago, but it wasn't leaking on that side of the car anyway. And sometimes it overflows off that wee rail and apparently dripped into that thing there, into the motor for the heater. But mine didn't do it. So, yeah, I'm not really too much worried about that one. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon.